I gotta find my way back to summer paradise.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to our weekly social science show. Tonight we have many special guests who will introduce us to the relative new but very controversial subject of the democratic growth. Please welcome.
Good evening, everyone. I thank you for inviting us to the show.
We are glad to have you here this evening. Now, maybe not everyone knows the meaning of the democratic growth. Could you explain?
Sure, it's pretty simple. The size of a population increases when there are more births than deaths, which is called natural balance, and more migrants arriving than departing. At the scale of the population of the world, all that counts is the natural balance.
The human population growth of the last century has been truly phenomenal. Only since 1950, the population passed from 2.5 billion to 6 billion, and present estimates are for the population to reach 8 to 12% billion before the end of the 21st century. Every hour, more than 1,000 new people enter the world, a rate of approximately 3 per second.
Okay, but what are the factors affecting the human population?
Very simple. They are fertility, mortality, initial population, and time. The following image shows how fertility rate is a strong function of region. The more developed countries have lower fertility. Mortality is also important. In the developing world, the death rate has dropped since the start of the Industrial Revolution. Improved methods of sanitation have played a major role and led to the impact of modern medicine.
The combination of decreasing death rate due to the progress in medicine, coupled with the decrease in birth rate due to the change in the economy, has led to a profound change in the population growth curve in the development world. This change is called the demographic transition.
Okay, so now we know what population growth is, but what about the impacts? Do you consider population growth a good thing or a bad thing?
There's the problem. Of course, we think it's a very bad thing for our planet. Human population growth is the number one threat to the world's environment. Each person requires energy, space, and resources to survive, which results in environmental losses. According to Population Connection, population growth since 1950 has caused the clearing 80% of rainforests, the loss of tens of thousands of plants and wildlife species, an increase in greenhouse gas emissions, and some 400%, and the development or commercialization of as much as half of the Earth's surface land. Great pressure is being placed on resources to provide a good supply of food while maintaining an integrity of our ecosystem. According to the World Bank and the United Nations, from 1 to 2 billion of humans are now malnourished because of insufficient food, low incomes, and inadequate distribution of food. In China, about 80 million are now malnourished and hungry. As the world population expands, the food problem will become increasingly severe.
Rapid population growth can affect both the overall quality of the life and the degree of human suffering on Earth.
Another topic is the economic impact of the demographic growth. Population growth is closely tied to economic development. On the one hand, labor shortages will slow the rate of economic growth in industrialized countries. But on the other hand, a high birth rate in a developing country may stress limited renewable resources.
Could you say about the regionalization of the labor market?
There hardly exists any country in which regional employment issues do not play an important role in economic planning or policy making. The need for models to carry out policy analysis in the field of research is evident. In order to analyze regional labor markets, administratively defined areas are usually taken as units of analysis.
Well, as conclusion, what will you say to the public?
Essentially, there are not enough resources in the world to support the human population at its current level. Because there are so many people in the world, we are burning through energy and fuel at an incredible rate. The more people there are, the faster we burn fuel, the quicker the planet dies.
Thank you, everyone, and we expect you to hear our next show and follow us on Twitter.
I gotta find my way back to summer paradise. John Paul Simple Plan.
My heart is sinking